Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Rae. So for the last few days, Nigerians have been protesting police brutality on their street. There is a special unit within the police called Sars, standing for Special Anti-Robbery Unit. So this particular small unit within the police has been brutalizing people. It wears plain clothes, so they would just appear and create roadblocks. They have been accused of murdering people, shooting at people. If they find you like you wear dreadlocks, they'll just accuse you like, why do you wear dreadlocks, and harass you and arrest you. So Nigerians, the civilians, have had very, very terrible experiences with this special unit over very many years, because it was created in 1992. So for a very, very long time, it has been terrorizing people. If they find you with a laptop or a MacBook, during their roadblocks, they'll call you like a Yahoo boy. So it was a unit that was set up, to curb crime within Nigeria, but it does exactly the opposite of what it's supposed to do. Instead of protecting the people, it's stealing from the people, it's harassing them, it's killing them, it's beating them. So all sorts of crime by this particular unit within the police. So they have been protesting. Their celebrities have joined the protests. We've seen Tiwa Savage, Wizkid, Davido. They've been running a Twitter hashtag and SARS. So the IGP of Nigeria and the president as well have been able to bow into the pressure of the youths, especially because the youths have fallen culprit of this special unit, to be very particular. So the president came out and addressed the nation. Let me play for you the clip.
The disbanding of SARS is only the first step in our commitment to extensive police reform in order to ensure that the primary duty of the police and other law enforcement agencies remains the protection of lives and livelihoods of our people. We will also ensure that all those responsible for misconduct or wrongful acts are brought to justice. We also deeply regret the loss of life of the young man in Oyo State during the recent demonstrations. I have directed that the circumstances of his death should be thoroughly investigated. Meanwhile, it is important to recognize that the vast majority of men and women of the police force are hardworking and diligent in performing their duties. The few bad eggs should not be allowed to tarnish the image and reputation of the force.
So even after disbanding this group, just like the president has said, Nigerians are still protesting up to now. They are not convinced. A reason being, they say this has happened before. They have seen the IGP come and address the country. Oh, we've dissolved SARS, SARS won't be around again. So they feel it needs to be legislated into the law.
We don't want to just tell us, okay, we dissolved them. After the solution here, what else? You have to take the process of making sure that these people don't have access to guns. Some of these people are not psychologically okay. They don't have emotional intelligence training. They are sitting back at the comfort of their houses. They are not coming out to address anybody. And you want us to stay back at home? No, we will not. We are not acknowledging that until we end police brutality and we transform the entire Nigerian police force. We will not stop.
It's one thing to say we've dissolved SARS. It's another thing for SARS to keep on, on the ground, harassing the civilians, doing all sorts of things. So they are still protesting. They feel they need an entire reform from the police. So there is a report that came out a few hours ago, which says that the IGP has set up something called SWAT to replace SARS, which wouldn't make a difference, because if these are the same people, the same individuals who have been in the police terrorizing the civilians, if they just change them to a different department, they will still definitely carry on their habits. So the Nigerians came up with 5 points that they are demanding from their government. and I'm going to read them out for you guys. One, immediate release of all the protesters, the ones who have been protesting, they want them released. Secondly, justice for all deceased victims of police brutality and appropriate compensation for their families, definitely. For people who have lost their lives, definitely should be compensated. Setting up an independent body to oversee the investigation and prosecution of all reports of police misconduct within 10 days. In line with the new Police Act, psychological evaluation and retraining to be confirmed by an independent body of all disbanded SARS officers before they can be redeployed. Increase police salaries so that they are adequately compensated for protecting lives and property of the citizens. Quite a deep issue, you know, because it involves, you know, people's jobs. I believe it's a very, very big number of SARS. So if they're all, you know, laid off, like, I know that's not going to happen. So if they reshift them into another department, then that's also a problem because they're still the same people. And some Nigerians also had concerns that some of these SARS, you know, are just not psychologically okay. They could even have mental problems. Some people are just angry, you know, they're so angry at their lives, they're paid little money, they're not satisfied with a job. So they feel the need to attack the civilians, you know. So I think that's why it's important that they are adequately compensated. But I believe this is a good step in the right direction for Nigerians, you know, step by step. I believe this is a sort of a win, since their president has given it attention, since they are still rioting and they have been listened to and they're still demanding for what they want. So I believe they have made some progress, you know, in the right direction. And the president says, you know what, we are going to reform the police. So I hope that they will reform the police eventually, you know, over the time, because I believe that's not something that can be done within a day or two or a week. It will definitely take some time. I hope, yeah, because why should you be terrorized in your own country, you know, by your own countrymen, you know, by your own people? Why should that be happening in Nigeria? So I hope that the Nigerian government can fix that problem, you know. Share your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know of what you think about this story going on in Nigeria, and we shall keep following it up. In case something else develops up, then I'll definitely come and update you guys. Check out my YouTube channel, Instagram and Twitter, all at Rae Kembabazi. The links are pinned on top of the comment section, and see you on the next story. Bye.